A Southwest Texas community and the nation in mourning after a gunman turns a Texas elementary school into a horrific scene of carnage.
Children, teachers, whoever's in his way, he was shooting everybody.
At least 21 people killed, 19 of them children, making it the deadliest school shooting in nearly a decade.
To lose a child is like having a piece of your soul ripped away.
It's been horrible day. It hurts a lot.
Good afternoon. I'm Karen Borda.
And I'm Doug Dunbar. We appreciate you being with us. Thank you for joining us. It's CBS 11 News at 4, and we've had a day to think about all of it. Yesterday's school shooting has led to a lot of raw emotion over the last 24 hours or so. It's also, sadly, quickly led to politics coming into play.
Next shooting is right now, and you're doing nothing.
No, you need to get it.
That moment, that is Democratic gubernatorial candidate Beto O'Rourke, who you see there, confronting Governor Greg Abbott. This all unfolded at a news conference the governor was holding about 2 hours ago. We're going to give you a closer look at what unfolded after that moment. We'll do that in just a little bit.
But first, a lot to cover this afternoon, from the investigation and grief in Uvalde to school security here in North Texas to the incredibly difficult conversations that parents will have with their children.
We've got Ken Molestina, who is joining us live today from Uvalde. Grief, the word itself, Ken, likely can't even begin to describe what the feeling is there.
That's the thought out here, Doug. We use words all the time to try and convey a point, a message, an emotion, and quite frankly, for many journalists out here, including myself covering this story today, it is very difficult to find the correct words to describe the kind of pain and the kind of heartbreak that this community out here is feeling. This is a community of only about 20,000 people. It is a small working class community about 80 miles outside of San Antonio, and today this has become the epicenter of yet another unspeakable tragedy that has taken place in this country. Yet again, we're talking about a mass murder. We're talking about dozens of lives lost, or in this case 19 lives lost of young children, and this community again has been rattled and shaken by all of this. I can tell you right now that the one thing that we have started to see today, though, is this community starting to come together and show whatever kind of support, whatever kind of comfort it is that they can offer for the folks out here. Throughout the day, countless of heartbroken people, as we've mentioned, have been passing through to pray and to offer flowers and gifts to be placed at the front of the school. Many of them clearly overwhelmed with emotion as they dropped off their gifts throughout the day. All of them absolutely shocked by the horror that has played out here in this small town. We have seen groups with therapy dogs even show up here, and they're trying to provide any kind of comfort that they can. And while the people of Uvalde and really the country try and make sense of all of this, law enforcement are also trying to look for answers, mainly why did this happen in the first place? That is the main question that so many people are asking. Federal, state, and local investigators have all converged here at Robb Elementary, hoping to glean more details, but I can tell you that there really isn't much at this moment being offered that can help soothe the hearts and the minds of this grieving community. This is something that is going to be a long process to get to any sense of normalcy, and of course, right now in the early stages of all of this, we are far from that. I want to turn our attention right now to some information and some more community reaction. My colleague Andrea Lucia is at the high school here in Uvalde. She's been talking to community members as well as leaders and families who have been directly affected by all of this. And Andrea, as you I'm sure would agree, this is the kind of community that it's really 2 degrees of separation. Everybody knows each other out here, and so this kind of a tragedy really affects everyone in probably the most personal way, Andrea.
Everyone seems to know someone who lost a child or who remembers whose child had one of these teachers in school who passed away. Parents are really struggling with this. I've spoken to several who say they have not slept since yesterday's shooting. One mother told me she held her son's hand all night long, unwilling and unable to let go.
The immediate threat may be over, but the work isn't done.
But right now, we're trying to process the scene with our Texas Rangers, federal law enforcement, all working together to try to put all the evidence together.
Lieutenant Chris Olivares with the Texas Department of Public Safety says all 21 victims killed inside Robb Elementary were in one 4th grade classroom. Among them was 10-year-old Amory Jo Garza. Her father wrote on Facebook, "She's been found. My little love is now flying high with the angels above." Many more parents today are struggling to explain this tragedy to those who survived. What do you tell your son?
Actually, he does not know.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know. He doesn't have any idea what.
Lupe Lejia says his 8-year-old son was on the opposite side of campus from the shooting and had yet to be told this morning what happened. He knows some of the victims?
Yes.
He knows some of the children who died?
Yes.
That must be a terrible conversation that you're getting ready for.
Yes. It is.
DPS says it is working to try to get this community what answers it can, but a spokesperson told us, this is hard for its officers as well, particularly those who were first on the scene and saw the immediate aftermath. Ken?
Yeah, Andrea, thank you for that live report. This next part is the part that we knew was coming. When the names and the faces, we start putting them together and start learning a little bit more about this. So we want to do that. We want to share with you some of the names and some of the faces, some of the victims of this unspeakable tragedy. I want to start off with 10-year-old Xavier Lopez. His family confirmed that he did not survive yesterday's shooting. We learned that earlier today. They say Xavier looked forward to a summer of swimming, something that many kids often look forward to, as we know. Another young victim, Annabelle Rodriguez. She was just 10 years old. CBS News reports that her father, Jesse, had been searching for her by going to all the schools and to every local hospital, desperately looking for her. Parents gave a photo of Annabelle to Texas Rangers. They were hoping that they could help find her. Annabelle, by the way, was an AB honor roll student. Next up, I want to share with you 4th grade teacher Eva Mireles. She was one of the first victims that was identified early on yesterday. According to the district's website, she was a mom. She was married to one of the district's police officers. She'd been an educator for 17 years and worked with special education students. The mother of one of her previous students shared on social media that she went above and beyond every day for her students in her work, and she also loved running and hiking. And of course, these are the heartbreaking moments that really drive this home when we start to learn more about these victims. And as we all know, there are plenty more of these stories that are going to come out as we learn more about them throughout the evening and in the coming days. Our Brian Yu is also out here. He's on the northern part of the city here in Uvalde. He's been looking into details surrounding the shooter and possibly how he came to acquire the guns, the firearms that he had on him when police alleged that he carried out this act. Brian is joining us live now with the very latest that he's been able to uncover. Brian.
Yeah, Ken, so the gunman had just turned 18 years old 9 days ago, and according to law enforcement sources, the day after his birthday, he legally purchased an assault rifle. A few days later, he purchased a second rifle along with 375 rounds of ammunition. One of the assault rifles was found in his grandmother's pickup truck that he crashed. The other he took along with a handgun into the school. Salvador Ramos had stopped going to school this year, and family friends say he appeared to grow angry after not graduating from high school. 2 months ago, he went to go live with his grandmother. Ramos had been living with his mother, but his mother's boyfriend told us the two often had heated arguments, and it had reached a breaking point where he moved out. Juan Alvarez says he thought the 18-year-old was doing better, but then yesterday, his girlfriend received a call that her mother had been shot.
They called her that her mom was got shot. So she didn't know who it was either, so then she found out it was her son. She's pretty upset, she's pretty sad. It's hard for both. I feel for her, too. Well, I don't know, man. It's real bad happened, I'm just sorry for the families.
So the gunman spent the first 17 years of his life living in this neighborhood, just in the back of the neighborhood off of a small dirt road, in a home with his mother. Neighbors that we spoke to kept on describing him as quiet. But others around town, including those who worked with him at a local fast food restaurant, described him as both angry and rude. Ken?
Yeah, Brian, thank you very much for all of that information. And as we've been saying several times throughout the day and mentioning here, this investigation very much in its early stages, federal, state, local law enforcement, everybody here trying to process the scene. I can tell you just a little bit ago, I was able to confirm with the Border Patrol source that it was in fact a Border Patrol agent assigned to their specialized BORTAC unit that was able to take out the shooter when they did engage the shooter yesterday. So Border Patrol did confirm that earlier today, as well as Governor Abbott. But again, still a very active scene behind me as the investigation takes place. Behind the cameras, which you can't see, is again this community coming together to try and make sense of it all and try and support each other during these really difficult and unspeakable times. We know that there is a vigil planned later on today at 7 o'clock here in the town, and we do plan on being there for that as well. We're going to have a lot more for you throughout the evening here on CBS 11 News on the air, as well as streaming for you on CBS News Dallas-Fort Worth. But for right now, from Uvalde, we're going to send it back to you, Karen and Doug.
All right, Ken Molestina, thank you so much.